David. Well, GAA President appetite for Gaelic Games to return is strong once it's safe to do so. Horan says the GAA remains fully committed to completing the 2021 calendar in spite of last night's developments.
The GAA's master fixture programme was greatly upset last night when news emerged that their Level 5 exemption for elite sport had ended. The government decided that inter-county players could not function in a bubble under current restrictions, pushing plans for 2021 into disarray. Today, GAA President John Horan responded to claims from Minister Jack Chambers that the association didn't have a massive appetite for a return in the short term.
The GAA have an appetite to go back. Of course, everybody within the GAA family would love to be back playing games and training in the morning. But look, we've always acted with safety and responsibility as key tenets of our decision-making process. And that will remain, and that's why we're not in any rush to come back at the moment, because we don't feel it's safe or responsible. The virus is too virulent throughout society.
GAA COVID Advisory Group and NFIT member Professor Mary Horgan says the decision is the right one in the current climate, but it's hoped to soon resume.
I agree with the government's move. The priority is to get the schools and construction open. What would need to happen is that the numbers of infection on a daily rate in the community would need to be a lot lower.
Minister Jack Chambers says the government will work with the GAA to help resume activity as soon as possible, and says also they will be flexible in their approach to getting teams back training and playing.
It's clear from the feedback from the GAA and others that they want some certainty over the coming weeks and months, and we'll try and give that to them by the end of the month.
Paddy Christie is principal at Kilcoskin National School in North Dublin. He says getting kids back on the pitch is the immediate priority for their well-being.
It's been disastrous, really, that announcement yesterday, because for the last, 4 weeks, they should have been in school and they haven't been. They're not getting any activities outdoors at the moment, I suppose, much anyway with the bad weather. But with all weather pitches that are around, you would have liked to have seen them getting back and doing a bit of a run around for a half an hour, get them out of the house, get them away from their parents for a while, give them a break. And I mean, it's really disappointing.
The next crucial landmark for a return to play will be the government's new Living with COVID-19 plan. From there, the GAA hopes to launch an adjusted fixtures programme in early March. Damien Lawler, RTE News.
Conor Murray says the mood in the Ireland camp is upbeat ahead of Sunday's showdown against France, despite Peter O'Mahony's ban. Murray acknowledged the threat posed by his opposing scrum half, Antoine Dupont, but says that there are so many good players in the French team, what Ireland need to do is focus on themselves.
We've been here before. We've played teams with threats all over the park, which France do. At out half, with guys like Teddy Tom on the wing, with genuine pace and like that. And if we get our stuff right, then looking after them becomes an awful lot easier. But the training we had there today was really, really good. Players weren't feeling sorry for themselves at all. I think that has to do with how promising we felt in Cardiff. So lads are enjoying their work, and hopefully you'll see that on Sunday.
2020 Australian Open champion Sofia Kenin has said she couldn't deal with the pressure of defending a Grand Slam title. The American was among the high-profile exits down under today.
Another beautiful tour of the Australian Open got underway, but the sun didn't shine on the defending women's champion. Kaya Kanepi shrugged off the challenge of the title holder Sofia Kenin, who never broke serve. A strong game of aces by Kanepi saw Kenin beaten in 1 hour and 4 minutes, 6-3, 6-2.
I obviously felt like I'm not there 100%, physically, mentally, my game, everything just feels like really off. Obviously, it's not good, but I know I couldn't really, handle the pressure. I'm not obviously used to this. So right now, what's on my mind, I just got to figure out how to, play at that level that I played at, because like today and, like those matches, it just hasn't been there.
Ukrainian fifth seed Alina Svitolina made use of limited opportunities against the American teenager Coco Gauff to reach the third round with a 6-4, 6-3 victory. And an all-Australian affair saw Ashley Barty drop her opening service game but recover quickly to beat Daria Gavrilova.
Oh, gosh. Well, it was scrappy.
In the men's draw, second seed Rafa Nadal and fourth seed Daniil Medvedev faced little resistance in their second round matches. Nadal wasn't impeded by a recent back injury and was a convincing straight sets winner against the American qualifier Michael Mmoh, while Medvedev celebrated his 25th birthday with a straight sets win over Roberto Carballes Baena. Ivani Cullen, RTE News.
There are two matches in the FA Cup fifth round this evening. Chelsea are away to Barnsley at 8 o'clock. Wolves and Southampton kicked off at 5:30 at Molineux, where it's 1-0 there to the visitors. Danny Ings, the goal given after consultation with VAR. Well, the final of the FIFA Club World Cup is ongoing. Bayern Munich face Mexican champions Tigres in this evening's decider in Qatar. At half-time there, it is scoreless. And that is the sport for now, so it's back to you, Katrina.
Thanks, Jackie. Now, before we go, a look at the main news again this evening. There's more uncertainty for Leaving Cert students this evening after the ASTI pulled out of talks with the Department of Education, saying the direction of the talks prioritised assessments over the exams. Speaking on this programme, the union's General Secretary, Kieran Christie, said it was doubtful that a credible, calculated grading process could be achieved for Leaving Certs at this stage. The Department of Education has said it is both taken aback and disappointed by the ASTI's decision.
And you can get full details on that story and more on the RTE News app. That is the 6-1 News this Thursday. From all the team, thanks for watching. We're back at the same time tomorrow. Till then, have a very good evening.
When you can't go swimming because of the rain. Avonmore Soup, the heartwarming goodness that makes everything good again.
Hello there and a very good evening to you on what has been another very wintry day across much of the country, with sleet and snow in some areas up to 8 centimetres in parts of County Galway. Now we're going to see further inclement weather as we go through tomorrow and tonight, tomorrow and over the weekend. That's going to bring us some further falls of snow across parts of the country tonight. So our yellow level warning for snow has been updated. So tonight we're going to see some further falls of snow in parts of Connacht, then in Munster, in parts of Tipperary and Clare, and then over much of the southern half of Leinster and the west of Leinster as we go through tonight. Again, amounts generally up to about 5 centimetres, possibly higher on some higher ground, and a possible dusting in some other areas. But these are the main counties that can expect some further snowfall tonight. And in general, then, the weather staying quite unsettled as we go through the weekend. Tomorrow night into Saturday, possibly some further falls of snow, especially over parts of Connacht, Ulster and Leinster, and then all the while then some heavy rain and strong winds in Munster, and then continuing wet and windy on Sunday too. And there are warnings on our websites in relation to that weather over the weekend, so do check that out. Now, taking a look at the situation, we're still in the very cold air with the milder air pushing up towards us, bringing that sleet and snow today from this weather system here, which is going to continue to bring some falls of sleet and snow, mainly to the south and west of the country as we go through tonight. Tomorrow then we'll see the cold air will still be tomorrow in the east and north of the country, and that means that as we go through, as the next system moves in then tomorrow night, it's going to bring falls of snow to parts of Ulster and Leinster in particular. As well as that, there'll be strong winds associated with it and heavy rain as well, which will affect Munster. And then we'll see further spells of wet, windy weather on Sunday as well. So overall, very unsettled. Now here's the radar sequence. You can see that sleet and snow there really at the front of that band. It's falling as rain further to the southwest. And we'll see more of that then as we go through tonight as well. Some falls mainly across South Leinster, the Midlands, parts of Connacht, and amounts should be fairly small, but up to 5 centimetres in places, possibly more on high ground, and continuing very cold as well, with temperatures dropping as low as -2 degrees, so a touch of frost over the northern half of the country. All the while, the strong blustery southeasterly winds will persist as we go through tonight, swinging around to a more southerly direction tomorrow. Quite windy all the time. And tomorrow morning then, still a few wintry falls in some parts